The best way to start each day is with a grateful heart. As you wake up in your bed, as you lift your beautiful head, think of something, somewhere, or someone you love, and say thank you. Thanks for being in my life. I appreciate you so, and it makes me happy to know I get to spend another day with you. Best way to live each day is with a grateful heart. Before you eat, before you play, stop for just a moment and say I'm grateful for the good things coming my way. And say thank you. Thank you for the food I eat. Thank you for my friend in the street. I'm grateful for the good things coming my way. We love you all. The best way to end each day is with a grateful heart. As you lie down on your bed, as you rest your beautiful head, think of all the good things of each day, and say thank you. Thank you for my family. Thank you that I get to be me. Now I'll go to sleep and wake up, and I know from the start I'm gonna greet the day with a grateful heart. I'm gonna greet the day with a grateful heart. Love I'm you. Gonna greet the day with a grateful heart. I think in this song there's a cricket, and then there's a cricket come and then make sound over there. Interesting. I send my love, my light, my hello to all of you in the universe. We love you all. You are amazing. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. May this speech liberate people so that they are free from the Babylon that the Bible talk about, and they enter the Tathagata, they enter the kingdom, the true heaven that are, you can call messengers from God, or all sages from God, or all enlightened masters from God. They talk about. We love you. Thank universe. I like to clap hands, so what? There are people who are so, how you call, they don't have anything to celebrate, but I have the universe to celebrate. The freedom, the joy, the liberation, the real heaven. I'll show you where the real heaven is.
As I speak, I have to remove the castles of ghost, of negativity, of the serpent, the snake, the Lucifer, that's hidden, that's rooted in human consciousness. And they have no clue. They've been building Babylon. It's just a term, right? What Jesus said, Babylon was destroyed. And that's what the Bible, all around the world, it's in there. It's in there. Babylon was destroyed. Was destroyed. It was. Now you just see the manifestation of it. What is Babylon? What is Babylon? The Babylon that I see is the Babylon of greed, anger, delusion, hatred. The Babylon that I see is that the matrix that Lucifer has built. Lucifer was given life and possibility to create, so that at some time God will show how God destroyed Babylon at once and for all. And so he saved the righteous, though they are living suffering in the Babylon matrix of Lucifer. But the righteous will be saved. The real, children of God. Babylon to me is the castle of Lucifer. The castle that Lucifer has built. Hold on. You have no clue how the devil has built its, boundaries. You can call it's just a term. With loves we speak. They build their boundaries, they build their matrix. Consciousness is the key. Without consciousness, human body is just a piece of unconscious. That's what they call birth and death. When you die, your soul leaves, right? You reunite with your soul. Your body turns to the four elements. The soul is that what matters. I'll give example. When you eat animal, if you don't have enough light and if you don't have enough righteousness to liberate the beings that you eat, the soul is there. And when the soul is not liberated, just like unconscious human, they claim the body, the dead meat there is them. And when you eat it, it's gonna revenge you. And that's what makes people sick. That's what makes people in danger. But if you know how to liberate, you know how the soul, you know how the law of the universe works, you know the truth. You see the soul, the great spirit. When you liberate the soul already liberated. That piece of meat is just a piece of meat without soul, without revengement. That's why Bhatmasambhava back then, Buddha back then, they eat like normal. They don't have. Buddha himself was not vegetarian. Jesus himself was not vegetarian. Buddha do alms round, and whatever people give to the Buddha, he was the he renounced. He how you call. He renounced, right? He left his kingdom as a crown prince to become Buddha. So they do alms round, so that whatever people give, he eats that. Because whatever he eats, before he eats, he sends love and his real light of liberation to the food. And that light liberate the spirits. Could be plant, could be animal. And when it liberates, that piece of meat is pure. Pure. So whatever they eat is pure, without resentment, without the seed of danger. But sinners, even they eat vegetable, but they don't have enough light and love to transform those to something better. That's what sin comes. You owe so much of this world. And then when you owe so much of this world, that's just one aspect. Satan will use your negative energy. Back then, we saw Satan, dark spirits. They always have large army compared to the light. But right now, they become very skinny. And then the light is multiplied. The light is a lot larger right now. That's why you see the light just keep on winning. And the dark just keep on losing. In a very miraculous way. You will see. I'm not saying when you lose right now, you are dark. No. Everything is possible, okay? But you know who you are. That's the thing. Don't believe in what people say. You know who you are. I'm just sharing with you kind of like the basic fundamental, okay? Why Satan become right now so skinny, have basically no power anymore. And their children keep on losing. Their children are not just really their children. They take control of human consciousness and the beings that being used without enlightenment, without God, the beings being used by the 666, those are like tornadoes of density in the left brain, right brain, and heart chakra. It's like tornado, you know? And without those density, they cannot do anything in this world. That block their third eye, the eye to see the truth. Without those density, they cannot do anything in this world. In this world. But if you are free from those, you are free from the house of Satan, the greed, anger, and delusion, then you are free. Nirvana. Realizing who you really are. You realize your soul. Disconnected human are those who don't know who their soul is. They don't receive information from their version in heaven. They receive the information of the lower version that's being controlled by Satan. Everyone has two versions, the dark and the light. Depending on your level of merit, on what you've been creating, determine your soul right now in heaven. It's the present, the omnipresent. That is, I see that all the time. In the Buddhist tradition, they call it, basically the name is kind of like the light of the world, in the middle, around from the highest light to the lowest, will determine the closeness of the beings to God. Just different names of the same thing. Even that light of the world in Buddhist itself, the five countries call 5 different names. All sages come from God, not formless. But what ultimate intelligence, because they're already united with the 3 bodies, the Father, Great Spirit, and the Son, Holy Spirit and the Son. The body, the higher self, the Buddha nature, the same. The Buddha nature or the Father or God, the real deal is there. That know everything, know the law of the universe, that go over all lives, all lives. Okay, I will give you the words that Tathagata, means Buddha, said right after 40 days and nights of meditation and concentration. After he experienced enlightenment, this is what he said. It's translated from the Pali words. That was Pali words that he said in his time, but this is translated version. Through many lives in the cycle of reincarnation, Tathagata wanders forever. Tathagata, I searched forever, but I couldn't find Tathagata. I'll give you meanings you can easily understand, okay? Through many lives, in cycle of reincarnation, birth and death over and over, I wandered forever. I searched forever, but couldn't find the builder of this house. What is the builder of this house? The birth, old age, disease, and death. He couldn't find the builder of this house. Now, after 40 days, I has found you, builder of the house. From now on, you will no longer build a house for me. Tathagata means Buddha. All the sides of the house are broken, and the beam you built is also destroyed. Tathagata has attained the fruition of no birth and immortality. And Tathagata has destroyed all desires. Okay? He found the builder of the house. Who is the builder of the house, of this world? Who was kicked out from heaven at first? The devil. I give you how the devil was kicked out to earth. Okay. Revelation 12:9, King James Version. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay? Because he couldn't become king in heaven. He was created at that level of beauty and that level of power. He cannot compare to that which created him. So he could not become the king of heaven. And he was cast out to earth. And he deceived the whole world. His angel was cast out with him. In truth, I recently see people, and this person, when she go near people, she have her pain in the left brain. The 666 turning in her body is so painful. We just keep on telling her, but she's so attached to the personal ego, and then she don't have faith in God, or she don't practice. Basically, she believes so much in her delusion. And so when in meditation I look into her consciousness, I saw how Satan has used. I saw like snake. When I talk, when she had the consciousness toward me, snake show up. I was amazed how people perceive with that root. And then when I looked into that, I saw so many children of serpent, snake. And I sent so much light to those beings. And she feel the relief, she feel the happiness, she feel the joy many times. But this person, she playing the role of the pain body, represent for 666, so that I can see what's going on with human consciousness in that piece of body, so that I can work to human consciousness through her. And so it's amazing how many lives, if you don't believe in past lives, I tell you now, you believe in hell and heaven, right? So the human version of you go to hell or heaven. So that's the heaven version or hell version is the human version is the past life of that. You understand? And when you experience many lives in hell, like eternity in hell, that's, there are people who've been punished, birth and death in hell. Do you know that? So endless suffering, many lives. Depend on how you determine it. If Jesus come back second time, last Jesus was the past life. This time is like, and then even if you say Jesus is in heaven, right? The soul is immortal. That's the truth. The soul of those who are connected directly with God, that's immortal. That is also true. So language is just for the sake of communication. Understand? You can call past life, or you can call the soul travel dimensions. That's also true. So Jesus or Buddha, he found the builder of the house, and I saw how they are building their dimensions. Every being in front of me, he building dimensions. Some build heaven. The heaven that's one-sided. Depending on your level of enlightenment, knowledge, light that you have worked on, that's who you are really, how you designed to be. Yeah. Some people, they are very egoist. They just like Lucifer. They want to become God. But I tell you, you see the result of Lucifer. He desires name and fame. The result is that his Babylon was destroyed in heaven before it even started. And his Babylon on earth was destroyed. In the verse Isaiah 21:9, I saw how it was destroyed. You might say those who already destroyed the Babylon within, that already deceived the devil, those are the future version of you. You understand? The many light years away. So bright, the light of the world. See Isaiah 21:9, Doctrine and Covenants 1:16, Revelation 18:21. Prophets have foretold the fall of Babylon the Great. And Jeremiah 51:37. And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons. Means serpent, the snake, the serpent. There are dragons of heaven, and there are, I would call the serpent, I would call dragon of Satan is serpent, because that's what I saw. It gives birth to already multiply many children to consume human consciousness. And that's why many people, they tend to have evil thoughts at the root level. They have no control. The only way is faith in God, nirvana. The only place that you can be out. Otherwise, there are many levels of Babylon, of birth and death. Our desires, even desires of heaven is itself desire. Heaven is a state of being, liberation or not. Because many people, they want to be like God, just like Lucifer. They ask me, oh, how can I become like enlightenment? But when they ask, I saw the seed that you have before you started. With that seed of Babylon, wanting something in this world, wanting to become better than, wanting to satisfy the ego, the greed, the desires of this world. That's you building on Babylon. You are building your castle on sand. And the result is prophets have foretold that fall of Babylon the Great. And then Buddha already declared that how the builder of the house, I have found you. He have found Lucifer, the builder of the house, the builder of all the matrix. And he broke all of that by his light, by his meditation, 40 days of meditation, by his continuous practice with closed eyes of Buddha, with wilderness of Jesus. They defeat the serpent. Right? Okay. I come back to Jeremiah 51:37. And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for serpent, for dragons, an astonishment and unhissing, without an inhabitant. That's the result of Babylon. It's noisy, right? It's full of serpent. It's full of, and then nobody lives. Why I say nobody lives without inhabitant? Because it's just zombie. bodies being used by servant at the level of consciousness. At the level of consciousness. Enlightenment are those who destroyed all those spell of servant. Why is like without inhabitant? They are not connected with the soul, with their version in heaven. They are connected with the Babylon version. They are building something in this world that's being controlled by serpent. By serpent. The devil. Right. Revelation 12:9 it says the devil, Satan, they deceive the whole world. The whole world. They deceive you at your consciousness before you even think. They deceive at the root, and when I saw it, so clever. So clever. How many humans can really get out of that until you find out God or Nirvana, which is beyond consciousness? By that you are free. The real heaven is there. The person that have pain in the 666 in her body, that's the downward triangle right there. It's dark. And then I allow the person, because I see how when I heal this person, that healing connects with the whole world. And the whole world will get the healing. The person, when she's around me in the morning when she come by and she say, "Good morning, master." When I had the attention to her, I see her whole, when I had the attention to her words, what inside come out, right? What inside come out, when I give attention, consciousness toward the energy that she radiates, I connect right away with her pain body. So at that time I come back to God, I had the attention to Nirvana, to God, and I was out of her game, right? You can choose to be in Babylon or out. When you're in Babylon, you are building Babylon, right? You're building. But when you are out, you destroy the world that you are told to build. You are told to build based on greed, anger, delusion, right? You kick people, apples to get something that you want, that you desire. Sometimes high power, high status can get you a whole lot of sin, because each one decision of you affects a whole lot of people and their emotions and their energy and sometimes their lives. And so that's a whole lot of sin. If you don't have the right light and you can label right people and you go function by light or by the support of God or your heaven version, then sin is no choice. You don't have a choice. This universe functions by love and enlightenment. That's when you are free from Satan, from Lucifer. So much information. Yeah, you will see. I know many of you have tried many different things, but if your knowledge is not totality, you are being pulled to your how you call your piece of experience dimension, Could be your heaven level, but it's not total knowledge. Okay? That's why you still have suffer when you live in the world, when you interact with darkness. You can be affected by it. But when you have totality knowledge, you know how to live. You live with love and freedom. You can choose to open heaven gate or not to beings by by having faith in God, in Nirvana, be in Nirvana, or you can have attention to people and be pulled to that dimension. Whatever you give energies to, you are connected. That's what saints do all the time. They would give, because the children is already in consciousness of people, and when people speak, when people act, those energies radiate out. And when you are so focused in their game, you've been pulled. You create, they plant the seeds in you. And that's how they govern and deceive. That's how they deceive the whole world. Why they deceive the whole world? Right now, most people, they have no control over their health, their well-being. Most people cannot have authentic happiness because inside so sick and so dense, and most people don't even see energy. One person, because she has so much pain body, I asked her to do sauna. And after sauna, she was like desperate. And then at that time, I feel her energy. I said, go meditate. She said, oh my goodness, thank you. Because after that, when I meditate, my energy balance. I say, I already saw, that's why I told you. Most people, they don't even know their body system. They don't know how to balance their energy, balance life. Very interesting. They're not mindful. They don't have clarity. When they're so busy building Babylon of the ego, it's so dark in their vision. It's not clear. It's not peace. It's not love. They don't see the truth. And that's why they cannot love even though they really want to. And they attract environments, people that dance just like their inner 666. The turning, the density in the system. They don't know how to be out. They don't want to have faith in God. They want to have faith in the Babylon that they want to build. They want name, they want fame, they want food, they want comfort of this world that's been controlled by Satan. Many leaders here on earth, everything is possible. There are many leaders who are of the bodhisattvas, who are of the light. They are the light warriors. They are pretty connected with God. They are pretty connected with their soul. And those beings, do you see the galactic gathering? That's the new age they call galactic gathering, but to me it is a omnipresent, the soul dimension. That's right in the middle is God, and then angels at all levels, or bodhisattvas, all levels. And in the height, on top, the crown of the light of the world, that real Shambhala, that the person, the light of the world has a form, but that form is the light of the world. Exists everywhere, know everything. And it's just the first, the Alpha and the Omega, the manifestation from the formless, the purest, the light. The crown that the person that God wear, the Great Spirit wear, So many crowns means so many layers of crown, and each layer, many, you can see the whole omnipresent in that crown. That's many crown, many layers. You cannot believe the creativity of this creation. But just when people want things of this world, they think about things and that and that. So what? Look at the roots. Are you looking to build something in this world? To maintain something in this world? But on what base? On Babylon base or on enlightenment base? Enlightenment is the door to heaven. Based on Nirvana or based on God is the gate to heaven. Based on Babylon is the gate to failure. Based on greed, anger, delusion, birth, and death is the gate to failure. Gate to failure. So many humans, they have no control over their health, the people's health, and what they attract, because your energy attracts environment. Whatever seeds you have inside attract what your difficulties, your challenges, and blah blah blah. You don't really have real peace and real love in the real life, because you are building on the seeds of Babylon, of this world, greed, anger, delusion, right? And then by that you attract the same seeds, same level. But if you are the light, you are building on enlightenment, on God, on formless God, that's free from all Satan. That peace, I tell you, you had the eye to see, that peace itself is heaven. That's the real physical heaven, but only those who have the eye to see. It's not of this world. I already represent to you all that I destroyed the castle, many castles I have built. Back then in California, I have a castle that many people dream of. All the people, most people in, I have the whole garden organic, the place clean and pure and beautiful, feng shui is best, sauna, all that. Like friendship and partner, like friendships, I would say. Next door's police neighbor, just exactly how I wanted it, but I destroyed it right in front of all of you, because everything that has formed, something that's desire of this world, people want it, right? I already experienced all of that. What I'm building right now is the heaven that is beyond this world. The heaven that is not of Babylon, not of the birth and death, not of the old age decaying, birth, old age decaying and die, but the heaven that's immortal, the heaven that you only experience it when you really experience it. Otherwise, it's just because most people, they are so busy building Babylon. When I say heaven, they use their Babylon consciousness with many snakes to think about, so that they think about heaven that way. No, it doesn't work. Some people, I want for them to glimpse real heaven, but they still have many impurity. They see heaven with Babylon consciousness, though they were in heaven, but they still see Babylon. They cannot enter. They cannot enter, not pure enough. Purify your Babylon consciousness, the desires of this world. Okay. Isaiah 13, 19, 22. Babylon, the jewel of kingdoms. I don't know what Babylon is that people name out there, but to me, Babylon is the kingdom that Lucifer has built. That's the Babylon that I'm talking about. Understand? For example, there are, in my language, there is one word have so many different meanings. You understand? And the meaning of this word that they use in the Bible, I give that Babylon to me is that which is destroyed by Jesus, is that which is that place where Satan control and deceive people in old age, decay, sickness, and die. Doesn't matter who they are. Leaders even, they have to go through a whole lot, responsibility. Everybody as human, they suffer. They know it. And when I look into human energies, they receive a lot of punishment throughout. After I hear it, it's layers of punishment come up. Why? Because you still claim yourself as Babylon, as form. When you have form, you have crying, you have moaning, you have suffering, you have pain. At least the pain of birth, old age, decay, and die. And when I remove that, all those people, they can breathe freely. The disease gone. The curse, those are the curse of the serpent. Oh my goodness. Here. Isaiah 13, 19, 22. Babylon, the jewel of kingdoms, the pride and glory of the Babylonians, will be overthrown by God like Sodom and Gomorrah. She will never be inhabited or lived in through all generations, because people enlighten. When people enlighten, they become more positive. They have more knowledge. They don't give time and energy to negativity. That's why the devil becomes so skinny and they are dying out. Okay, they have no energy because people right now, they just want to protect their life because every day is so heavy in the heart. Heavy. The 666 is showing up so clearly in the left brain, right brain, and heart chakra. And everybody just doing their best to maintain in the life force. So they don't have time to focus on negativity anymore, because people are very clear right now. When they had negative energy, when they had attention to negative energy, they receive very hard to breathe, very hard to, be happy and really live properly. So right now, that's why the devil, when the light keeps on shining, the devil has no place to live. That's what it means when it says Babylon will never be inhabited. Those devils will be destroyed. Everybody becomes so pure and so mindful. When they're mindful, they don't give energy or fear to negativity, the devil die out, and that's when heaven succeed. Okay. It will never be inhabited or lived in through all generations. There no nomads will pitch their tents. There no shepherds will rest their flocks. But desert creatures will lie there. Jackals will fill her houses. There the owls will dwell, and there the wild goats will leap about. Hyenas will inhabit her stronghold. Jackals her luxurious palaces. Her time is at hand, and her days will not be prolonged. It will not be long before Babylon was destroyed. I saw it destroyed. And it destroyed in human consciousness. And one person get destroyed, the ego. It's connected with the collective. Because one is all is one. One person, when they shift the consciousness, that's how they see the world at the whole new different level of heaven. And that affects their, just like butterfly effect, that affects their environment, the people. Everything has to upgrade at the same time to align with their level of liberation. That's the omnipresent. Every human is the, how you call, is the, not galaxy. Earth is one what? One, yeah. Never mind. One person have its own dimension. You know that many beings, they are also, they has built their dimension. Where they rule their, how you call, beings in their dimension. But all of those beings, they have to receive the light from the light of the world. Otherwise, when they live in violence with the law of the universe, their dimension will be destroyed. I saw so clear many times on this journey. Sometimes I see the person, she have a higher self of like heaven, the holy dragon, not the serpent. She have light, but as she just keep on radiating negativity, she have a lot of wealth and other things. But without full knowledge, she tend to develop the habit of radiating negativity to affect a whole lot of people. And when I watch that, I tell my team members, say, this person is in trouble. She violates the law of the universe. And then few weeks later, she's in trouble. And there's the dragon, crown dragon from heaven as well. Very rich, very successful. When I saw the hand of God just keep on shining light to this person. But one time, because lack of totality knowledge and so full of ego, because this person just keep on winning. And then with partial knowledge, this being insult another crown dragon would have better merit than him. And when I watch that, I say to my team member, this person will be in trouble. He violated the law of the universe. A week later, this person was in trouble. But that trouble is to teach this person love. Teach this person the knowledge, the totality knowledge, to upgrade this person. Doesn't matter who you are. The law of the universe is better than you. God and the law of the universe would create. God created you. The law of the universe govern your life. If you violate that, you don't have full knowledge like God, and you violate the totality, and you don't see the truth and you violate, that's when the law of universe, they receive the punishment. They receive like time out. So that if they grow, if they have good merit, they regret and they practice right away to shift, to find out what's the problem, why they experience all that. They shift it, they change it. Determine on your level of clarity, your level of knowledge. Otherwise, even if very successful people but with partial knowledge, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's so impermanent of this world. They know that. They know that. Okay. When I see this earth, when I see the spirit of this earth, actually I saw so many snakes, animal. I was surprised. And then I saw how the devil kind of like trap the being, the soul, how you call this, just like the piece of dead meat, unconscious. And it does that many times to even one being. And that's why people live sluggish, unconscious, unhappy. They don't know they don't see the truth, how Satan has got them, how Satan has deceived them. Many layers. And when you see the truth, you don't really give attention much to the pride and glory of Babylonians, the people of this world. Because seeing their true form, you will know the truth. My student in Europe, they have a client who come to adjust their physical, imbalance. And then this person is very famous, but then he talked to my students. He said, when I come out to the stage, thousands of people clapping hands and so excited, but inside it was so painful. I just want to go on my bed, like that. And they don't see that the crowd that they go to, do they have enough light and the energies to balance? Otherwise, they open their phone to so many beings, and they don't know if they see the truth, how many beings are still under the curse of the serpent. You can see very, very deceived. If they see that, so basically they perceive all the pain body at once. How can they handle that? Unless they rooted in God or Nirvana. That's the key of liberation. Otherwise, you receive the pain of this world through deceived people. When you see the totality, the only thing you want to do is help people, removing the curse of the serpent on people. But we saw two ways that people are heading to. One is going to the black hole. One is going to heaven. That's got to happen. The black hole is when people live without love, without God, without liberation. And they have to head toward that. Doesn't matter what they want. but they cannot handle the curse of the serpent. When the serpent is gone, they are gone with the serpent. And the serpent is many children of theirs, like, like, I'm not saying when you experience negativity right now, you are, dark. Okay, no, everything's possible. I'm just giving like the basic, fundamental of what I see and what the Bible talk about. Good merit and bad merit. Everything happened because of the seeds that you sow, you plant. Okay. Isaiah 21:9. And behold, here comes a chariot of man with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, this is when I think this has gone through translation. That's what I need to do more invent, how. Yeah, I'm gonna look deep into the original and then I'm gonna share it. But for now, I'm gonna share what I have here in English version. Energy, to describe energy, feminine or masculine energy. That's the truth is about energy. It's not about physical. Physical, people don't see the truth. People don't see who are sinner and who are the light. They don't see unless they have the real eye. But the real eye, they can only see their level or lower. They cannot see the higher unless they are allowed. But when they see the higher light, they just see the glory. They just infinite glory. They don't know how to get there unless they are shown. And not everybody have ability to show people to level up. There are 3 levels of Buddha. Buddha, or 3 levels of enlightenment, I would say. One level is called Tathagata, Sammasambuddha. That person enlightened not by anybody guided them or teach them. They realize the truth by their own practice. And so, but they have the ability to teach the truth and help people realize enlightenment. And another level is called Silence Buddha. Silence Buddha, they also they also practice and realize the truth without teacher. But they don't have the ability to teach the truth and help people realize the truth. That's why they are called Silence Buddha. Their knowledge is not complete, it's partial. And so they cannot guide people to realize the truth. The third type is Arahant, means the Arahant. The translation from the Pali language of Arahant is kind of like the hearer. Arahant are those who realize the ultimate enlightenment or nirvana or God. They're connected with that source, with that Father, that God, based on the Sammasambuddha's teaching, based on 4 enlightened masters' teaching. They cannot realize on their own. But their teaching has to be relied on Samma Sambuddha at that time, because they don't have the totality knowledge. Right? They practice the path, they hear the path, and that's what they know. And they can show people that path. That's 3 levels. Samma Sambuddha, or the fully enlightened one, who connect with the 3 bodies. That being that Tathagata, that Samma Sambuddha, realize the truth that's never been taught before, or the truth has been forgotten. And so that Samma Sambuddha discover the new path that's, yeah, and then share with people. Yeah, so. That you can relate to your version of practice as well. Just like there are people who they realize they are deep in the truth, but they have to practice what Jesus teach exactly from the Bible. But Jesus back then, he was the one that Bible had to write about his teaching. You understand? And there are those who realize the truth, but they cannot teach it. They cannot manifest Bible, or their knowledge is for them, not for the totality of the universe. That's the difference. Okay, Isaiah 21:9 again. And behold, here comes a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he had broken unto the ground. Okay. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods, and he hath broken unto the ground. So there are those who try to be the Messiah, and they destroy the statues of enlightened ones. And those, they receive punishment. Some of them die after a very short time, and they receive punishment. They are the Satan mimicking God. But the real teaching here is the Shambhala inside. It's not the form. Because when you destroy something, you violate the law of the universe, which is love and light, freedom. When you destroying the graven image, the idols, something like that, means you shouldn't idol the ego or anything that has form. Something that can be built can be destroyed. Something born dies. Don't worship the forms. Worship that formless, that truth. When you worship the forms, you worship this world, the things of this world. You worship the Babylon. You worship your body, mind. You worship the ego. That has form. But you worship the formless. That's when you cannot be deceived. You will see the truth, the real heaven. And I'll keep sharing what the Bible talk about. This world and the real world. Ezekiel 28:16-18, International Standard Version. Since your vast business planning filled you with violent intent, from top to bottom, you sinned. So I cast you away as defiled. From the mountain of God, I destroyed you, you guardian cherub, from the midst of the fiery stones. Your heart grew arrogant because of your beauty. You annihilated your own wisdom because of your splendor. Then I threw you to the ground in the presence of kings, giving them a good look at you. By all of your iniquity and unrighteous business planning, you defiled your sanctuaries. So I'm going to bring out fire from within you and burn you to ashes on the earth before the whole watching world. You will see that those people who are so greedy, when they practice meditation, they will see it's like burning, the energy of greed burning inside their heart, inside their body. It's already happening. When you're around those people, you see, but those people, they're so sick, but they don't really see that. That's the thing. They just know that they're unhappy and they cannot laugh or smile. They are being burned already. And their body will become ashes, but their soul will be a lost soul because they're not connected. And they worship Babylon, they worship the body, the mind, the greed of this world. They will be shown to the world who they are. There are places that mimic the Shambhala. Right? And then the result, God showed that. God showed that. Right? The real Atlantis is not underwater. The real Atlantis is one dimension of kingdom that exists. But for those who are free from this world, they will see and they'll be able to enter. It's the real kings are those who have the real dragon forms, the crown ones. They're very high levels in heaven. But I would say if you watch the very important sutra in Buddhism, you will see that only the bodhisattvas, the very high level of, you can call angels or being, very high level in the galactic. they are able to honor and worship God like a charm because they are the ones who get to see somewhat. But lower levels of heaven, that's like smaller angels, they only do good deeds to worship God because they don't really see the states of abilities of God. They can only do certain things that they are capable of. There are many levels of entities. And there are very low levels of entity that they suffer so much. You might say they are worshiping God in their own way, in their own version. Just love them, because without suffering, how do you value grace? Without suffering, how do you honor peace? That's the beauty of the universe. That's love. And awe is for the experience of God. Enlightenment is one who see the totality of awe. That's omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscience. Thank you, universe. What I'm saying is nothing that people say before, but when you practice, you see liberation that you never seen before. I'm just different, but in a good way. I'm not born to be just like you or your perception. God doesn't make me that way. I don't design my life that way. I'll give you example. I'll give you a story of, I hope that they transfer, but these people, they, okay. Next time you need to translate all of this so that the people on the English channel get the benefit too. They don't love you guys. They love the Vietnamese channel more, I think. If you have a heart and you have the totality of love, you'll be able to think about others when you do things. That just tell me who they are. They still practicing. Revelation 18:21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus this violence shall that great city of Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. That's the Babylon. That's the destiny of human, the greed, anger, and delusion. But human, if they level up, they will go to the heaven. That they'll be able to travel time and space, and the angels are working on it. If you see like the WeOn channel, recently they make a video about the size of the black hole that's 33 times more than the sun, bigger than the sun, and it's very close to Earth. And I see that recent discovery, science, the angels in science, there are so many angels in science, so many angels in science. They keep on discovering new science that sometimes they surprise and they say, oh my goodness, this will erase all of that which previously discovered relating this topic. Recently, I heard a lot of those. And I don't just hear a lot of those in this world. I see those in the higher world. I see the hand of God on everything. When God shifts and change something, the angels has to manifest that in this world. Those are the beings who are so connected with their soul in heaven, and they are honoring God. The world honoring God is the key of blessing. But if you don't do it, other people do it, because that's the law of the universe. But being blessed are those who connected with their soul in heaven, and work for the truth of heaven. Everybody in heaven, I would say, they have peace, they have happiness, they have the they have the oneness knowledge. They receive the light from the light of the world. They have knowledge and ability depend on their merit, right? Some you might say, some of you come here as human just so you work on your merit, right? So your soul get level up. It is very hard dimension to play, right? Because who you are, the heaven level is very powerful. You manifest things without time. You don't need time to manifest things. It's just mind. You communicate, don't use your mouth, you use mind, right? And so this is the way to honor God, to help beings at lower dimension. And so when you do that and connect it with the higher self, that's infinite possibility of your higher self. But most people disconnect it. That's the thing. Most people are pretty disconnected. And I see how the devil, they tie them just like the food in my New Year Tết. We have bánh Tết. Means the food that being tied become like ground piece of dead meat covered in leaf and tied. And many beings in this world being tied like that by the devil. They unconscious and their body, they disconnected with their soul. But when you get the healing is when you connect it more and more clearly, and you to the point you and your higher self become one. Being human is a very good chance to level up your higher self, right? But you need to practice faith in God, in the light. Every time you suffer, you have attention to God. Every time you feel so painful, have attention to God. This is the key for you. When the world suffers so much, people are being forced to practice. Otherwise, they cannot live. They cannot live. When it's so hard to breathe, it's so dense, so many war and things happen in the world, that's when you need to pay attention to God, meditate to balance your energy so you survive the tribulation. And after all the darkness is removed, right? And then some people, if they don't practice, then they cannot escape. They cannot balance their energy to stay in heaven, to stay and get ready for the new heaven when it comes. Right? You have to know that. You have to know the. Next time I'll share with you that you should know the day and the time. You don't need to know if the day and the time is not announced, but you need to prepare yourself when the day and the time come. You are ready to step inside of heaven. You need to be ready. Otherwise, you are the lamb without the oil. How can you lead the way? Without light, you don't see. You need to be in the formless nirvana. When you need to practice so that you be, so that it becomes your natural state and you are free from the pain of this world. You need to practice. Don't attach to the Babylon. When you attach to the good and bad of this world, the attachment to this world, you connected with the whole pain body of the world. You need to practice. You need to practice. Otherwise, the density of this world is so heavy, I tell you. So heavy. When I go out, I don't see people laugh and smile. My community, people say they never see anybody funny like me. When I come here, I'm not so funny because I don't think you are ready for that funny, for that fun. But when I'm with my free spirit team, I can create the whole new different level of happiness. It's pure. It's pure. When people say something, like when people say something, oh, they say, oh, it's mine, it's me. No, you get to see it. So that you get to see the truth. So that, because some people, they just don't have the real clarity. That's the thing. The nature of the ego is everything people say about things, they always think, oh, did she say about me? Or he say about me? Oh, she insult me, he insult me. No, because you have me. That's why you suffer everywhere. That's the Babylon. You're building your ego. The Babylon is the ego that needs to be destroyed. And you are free. You are free. You are in this world, but you use it. Your soul use this body, mind. You are not in this world. You use your body, mind in this world. You see that. That's the whole different level of freedom. You are free from the pain of this world because you are free from the greed, from all desires of this world that's being controlled by Satan. And when you meditate, you liberate all of those snakes and spells and curses on you that you created since memorial because you don't see the truth. You violate others based on your negativity. And then you just meditate, nirvana. It's just like effortless shift. That's what Jesus did. That's what Buddha did. Close eyes and meditate in wilderness. Meditate. Be free from the ego in your mind. Be free from deception in your mind. Right? Satan happened in your mind. When he's in wilderness, when he's under the tree, it's happened in your mind. Be free from that. Head attention to God. I only have faith in God. Satan, you cannot say anything to me. I don't believe it. And then it can give you a whole lot of scam, right? Don't click on it. Be free from it, right? Because when you have greed, you're gonna click on something that's greed. Your greed is gonna make your finger click on that without, and then the result, you have to be responsible for your greediness. Disconnected wisdom, you know. When you're free from this world, you cannot be deceived by Satan. Satan use greed, anger, delusion, fear to connect. If you have so much light, the dark cannot connect, balance your light in nirvana. Nirvana is the only dimension where Satan cannot enter. That's the real heaven. That's, defiled beings cannot enter. I saw how one day they're allowed to enter heaven, but they don't see heaven. They see Babylon. They see the Babylon of ego that's inside. That's the thing. Because heaven is a real place, but for those who are pure, right? Depend on your dimension. You get to see heaven at your merit. You know? But if you don't have totality knowledge, or your knowledge is still partial, it's just partial, even though it's very blissful, dimension, know that you should function by love and with freedom. Don't be so attached to the ego that you violate love and freedom. You have to reap the fruits because of not fully wise. Fully wise is when you understand the totality and you function by love. You just help them, and the love universe that governs this life. You see, oh, this is what this person is sick. This is the reason why this person attracts like misfortune and other things. Oh, this is the reason why this person is so. Oh, this is the real form of this person, the light. The darkness cannot touch, because when I try to touch, there are army of the universe, not the army of the universe in every particle of beings, including yours. Your boundary or your castle, whatever you create, is for the Babylon, which the ego, which is bound to be destroyed by Jesus, by Buddha already. But the kingdom of God cannot be destroyed by the ego, because the kingdom of God governed by the law of the universe that only God with the totality of knowledge created. And all beings have to follow that. They violate, they suffer then and there in all directions, in their body, mind, marriage, you name it. When people want to attain enlightenment, but inside, I saw that they planted the seeds of wanting something in this world, and yet they want to be like God. That's Lucifer. You should understand that. And when people practice like that, I tell you, they're gonna waste lives building castle on sand. I get to see. Now let's meditate. We love you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, creation. Thank you, universe. Now let's meditate. I want to show you how right now many of you have pain in the left brain, but some you don't even have clarity to observe inside your body, every cell in your body. That's the thing. So some of you who still have pain in the analytical mind, I want you to shift your consciousness and notice the difference. Okay? You will notice the difference after, let's say, 10 minutes of just observing from the outside, of connecting with the light of God. And you will see, oh, you have more peace, you have more clarity, you have more love, and you attract less trouble. So that will give you the key to know how to that you should balance your life, to have the kingdom here, to be in the army of Jesus, and to be in the kingdom of Jesus, of God, and not in the Babylon of pain. Thank you, universe, the ego, not be in the Babylon of the ego. Yesterday, this morning, I inspired my team members by this song, and it's so touching. To me, everything in this world is so full of God. And then whoever honor God, whoever connected with the spirit of love in this world, when people, sinners, they always think about love as sex, but no, love is the totality of love. That's the love that God has for all of you. If you are full of God, whatever song of love you think about God, and that's when everything is so perfect. Every moment, in every word, that's the omnipresent. But when you are so filthy with, no, when humans are so filthy with lust and things, they will listen according to their version. They will see it that way, but they don't see the omnipresent. Very disconnected. That's the thing. Okay. When I listen to this song, it's just full of creation. It's the totality of creation. Who you are determines your experience. Okay, let's hear this song together. Just be. I just want you to be observing the body, mind, and have attention to God. Love God and ask God to send you light, to send you protection, to remove all sins in your 666, in your body, your mind, in your heart chakra, in your analytical, so that you can be peaceful and happy again. So that you destroy the Babylon just like Jesus and Buddha and attend the gate to heaven. The gates of heaven will open for you. I know most of you are tired of this world. People keep on building Babylon one another. Just keep on building so much hate, so much jealousy. You are tired of the Babylon and it's collapsing. People see that. Time, space, travel. Nirvana is the key. And later on when I have meditation retreats again, this time I'll show you the real kingdom within. Okay, remember what I just said earlier? So pay attention to God and ask to remove all of your sin. Ask to receive light of healing, to destroy the delusions, to connect with peace, happiness, the real heaven inside. When you have real heaven inside, real heaven outside, it's not an option. It's the must. It's obvious, you know? It's a whole different level. Now it's a little. No, this person. Okay. You can do like, you have to be pure. It's just a flashback of the whole thing. When I falls down the mountain, when I drown under the ocean, when I, how you call, you name it. When I got lost in the Himalaya, that was the hand of God. That was the hand of God. That's why I'm still sitting here. All of that, I reflect all this whole life. That was the hand of God. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you. May you all be peaceful, be happy, be liberated from all dangers, all sufferings, and realizing the real peace and real happiness. We love you all. You are amazing. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. When I falls on the mountain, I did not even have an inch scratch. That teach me the immortality, that teach me the grace, that teach me the power of truth. Time stopped at that time. Rock was falling from above, but then I was moving, I was adjusting. Time stopped, everything slow, but I was fast. Time stopped. That was the hand of God. When I drowned on the ocean, I was in the universe. The universe sound, I was in the universe. And then my brother kicked me so I can hold the wood so I can be saved. But I tell him, I experienced something beautiful, And then when I got lost, that teach me, that is the sound of the universe. That is the vastness of the universe, the immortality of the universe. And when I got lost in the Himalaya, I saw so many bones of many big, large animals were eaten. Pure white, fresh eaten. I walked there. At first, I never bring a lighter. But that day, I asked my team, hey, last time you forgot a lighter, so I can make it warm, right? But the day that we bring the lighter was the day that we got lost. The whole night in the forest, hunting dogs all over, 4 of them. When I connect with the light of God, they stop, they disappear. And with that lighter, because so cold, I could not, very hard to light, but we were able to maintain the very small tree, the very small, fire. On our side, there was not a chance or hope to get the wood enough. We didn't have any tool to cut it. We used the grass and then it's almost gone. It's so dark. We don't want to walk far either, right? Because it's dangerous. And then so we just sit and meditate. And when we shine the light on the other side of the creek, it is just perfect size of small plants, dry wood that we can just go back and forth and plug it and keep the light on. That teach me what? The grace. I came back without an inch scratched, but I came back with the whole totality of faith, of love, of grace. I love my team at a whole different level. The challenges show me the quality of the light warriors, the love. I just love them. The universe has tested them more than you can imagine, but they are the real light warrior. The peace, the freedom, the love is the whole different level, I tell you. I cannot be thankful enough every moment in my life for the experience, for all this journey. Thank you, universe. Be happy, be liberated, be loving to all mankind, and be free. Love you all. You are amazing. Be healed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's so much light when I do that. It's so much light. It's eternal light. I just gotta do that because I see the real forms. Many people, they sick because they are painful because they don't have enough light. That's the thing. But I have so much light, I just keep on shining it. We love you. Good job. You call me Tammie. God is the version that I connected in my meditation. This is Tammie. But what I'm speaking is based on the light that I connected. Not channeling, no. I'm not a hollow bamboo like Daniel, right, to channel. I don't use that word. When you are one with the three bodies, you speak from there. The formless. That's why Buddha say, in all the 40 or 49 years, I never speak a word. Thus, he enlightened people by saying, I don't speak from human. I speak from that light of the world. That's, he connected with three forms. He functioned by that light 24/7. That's the thing. Jesus was the same. Back then when Jesus said 3 times to his disciple that, hey, I'll go to Jerusalem and I'll experience this and that. But if his students wish or ask him, you should stay with us, then the wish, the positive love and wish will be Jesus' action. But nobody asked. That's the thing. Buddha back then tell Anand, I will leave my body in, I think he said that certain time, I think 3 months or something, or 6 months something. Like, I will leave my body at that day. And then Anand was by being covered. Anand, according to some text, the devil covered the eyes and the ears or something. And he didn't say, Buddha, you should stay with us, because the enlightened master, they have ability to use life force. You know, that's the law of the universe, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. Yeah. They know before they know their time. They know the time. But then they can extend or they can change, they can shift timeline, but no, they don't have the ego of themselves. Humans wish is their action. They are there for them, right? But they don't wish, and then that the light here for human, right? But human, because they suffer so much, they wish, and then so the light help. But if they don't wish, they don't manifest through the sages, understand? That's why you have to set intention. Ask God to send the healing light to heal, to protect you in the truth. I'm so happy right now. Earlier, after I was done with my Vietnamese, I just want to enjoy with my team and with the delicious food that my teams make. And then, but I say, no, I'm gonna be here and do the English one so that for people who are, so that after I do that, I'll be really happy. And so I increase my energy to do this. And then right now I'm very happy and satisfied. And now I'm gonna celebrate really hard.